勝負あったか。
頑張ったね、カルボ。
だから言った。勝てるわけがないと。
アメジオ。
What's going on, trainers? Dom from the Otaku room here, guys. Today we're talking about episode 104, and Amethio is back. I think we can all definitely tell that this is a transitional episode, including next episode, right? Next episode is going to be the beach episode, which features Amethio and Mighty G, and 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 as well too. So next week is going to be a fun episode, but this and next week are both what I would consider transitional episodes, taking us to the next arc that's going to involve Amethio, which is good because the current arc that we've been on, it's been okay, but it feels like this whole arc has been like a filler arc before like the next big thing happens. But of course, there were some notable things that happened with Liko, 𝐒𝐻𝐻, Charcadet. And then next week we have the we have the 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 stuff and Mighty G and everything too. So maybe there's a Pokemon catch in there for Liko or Roy or Dot or something like that. That would be incredible. But regardless, Amethio is back this week, and Liko joined the two folks from the Explorers, and she went to go and find Amethio. Through some sleuthing with going into Amethio's home, she was able to kind of put two and two together, like, you know, where would he go? And, you know, she kind of came to find, okay, like, he definitely misses his mom, and he got his Charcadet partner at a certain spot. So she was able to quickly, you know, put two and two together, like, hey, he may be going, you know, somewhere along the lines of here, because, you know, she's just kind of putting her thinking cap on. And they contact his dad, which got kicked out of the director role, and he's now just kind of working at the, what do they call that place? The something 𝐜𝐴𝐷 or whatever, 𝐒𝐻𝐶. So, you know, he's working at 𝐒𝐻𝐶. He got the you know, he got the boot. So Konya and I forget what the other guy's name is. It'll come to me in a second. But, you know, they contact his dad. They're like, okay, yeah, this is the spot. So they take off. You know, they let Hamburger know. And they take off, and they end up finding him there. And what's really cool is Charcadet, Liko Charcadet, and the Amethio's Pokemon, they end up, you know, in a really cool battle. And it was kind of like Charcadet proving himself, you know, based on Liko never giving up and everything. And I thought it was just a really, 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 really cool battle between the Charcadet and between the Amethio Ceruledge, because you know, we all kind of have a idea or a guess that, you know, Liko Charcadet will end up being a Armarouge at some point. And the reason it takes me a long time to remember names is because we watched the Japanese subtitles, or we watched the Japanese version with translated subtitles that aren't really one for one with Pokemon names and stuff. So it F's me up big time. But, you know, they end up finding Amethio. We have a really cool battle. Liko Charcadet proves himself to Amethio's Ceruledge. We're like, okay, we're going to battle again. And then Liko herself gives Amethio, like, some, like, you know, really good words of encouragement. Like, hey, whatever you plan next, like, we're behind you. Like, we got you, you know? So he sends Konya and whatever his name is, Onyx guy. And he's like, okay, you guys go do this. Go report to Hamburger. And I'm going to go and do my part. So they give him the Zygarde cell, which I thought was really cool. You know, hey, go get your grandpa's Zygarde, which already has a lot of faith in Amethio. You know, go collect all the cells. And then let's take down Spinel. Let's take down the Explorers. Let's take down 𝐒𝐻𝐶. Of course, there's going to be a wrench thrown in there because, you know, as they were communicating with Mr. Hamburger, Agate, the dark lady who has like the headbands and stuff. I forget what Pokemon. I think she might have like the psychic Pokemon. Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember her Pokemon partner. But essentially, she's kind of like spying on them still. Obviously, she's, you know, still working with Spinel and the Explorers and stuff. So that's going to definitely be, you know, really interesting to see what ends up happening there. But they've all separated. And then at the end of the episode, of course, Liko goes and she reunites with Alt or Udato and Liko, and she gets with Dot and Roy and all of them. You know, she gets back on the ship, and then now they're taking off once again. And then we get the preview for next week, which is the Golden Ghost stuff and the Mighty G stuff. So definitely next week is going to be, I feel like, a good episode, but it'll be the beach episode, which I think is going to be really fun. But this one was really good. So definitely, you know, I think this was like a 7 out of 10. Nothing super exciting, but the battle between Charcadet and Ceruledge was a really good battle because it just kind of shows that Liko Charcadet is like, it's ready, you know. So fun episode in those regards. So yeah. All right, my friends. I'll see you guys next week for episode 105. And yeah, have a good rest of your weekend. Peace.